it's got the Mexican flavor to it, or Chicano flavor, whatever you want to call it. But no, they're a local band straight in the city.
Mike has them for his anniversary party.
Yeah. Sure. Yep. And
they draw a big crowd.
And they do. They're getting bigger. They have to be one of the biggest. What would you say? Cover bands, and they have the music. Actually, I believe they just released a second album. Yeah, okay. But that there is their album cover of their first album. I don't know if you can tell where that scenery is, but it's right there, not too far from your spot.
That's down by the Blue Tiki or the Blue Palm Tiki.
That's there's a church, what is the church called? St. Joe or St. John's?
With the bowling alley?
Yes. So
on top of the hill.
Yep. So that's actually right down in front of the church.
Okay.
And you can see the.
Now, are they from?
Yeah,
KCK
they're all local. Yeah, okay. They're the Reyes brothers, AJ and Antonio brothers. They are cousins. They're family. Let's just put it that way with us.
I love it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard them, but I'm usually working on Mike's anniversary parties. But man, there's hundreds and hundreds of people that show up for that.
Yeah. Was your spot open that day? Do you know?
Yes.
It was open that evening?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I got there. Yeah, well, I got there a little late, but man, it was crowded. It was a good time. Yeah, Mike and I, we talked about it here on the show, and like I said, it was a second year, and people out there, if you need to visit the Shop Cigar Lounge, it's a nice spot to hang out.
It's a beautiful spot. Yeah. He did really well with that.
He did.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Did you see it beforehand?
No, so David and Mike were sheriff deputies, and I used to run the retirement plan for the unified government. So I actually knew them way before they started the shop. And then David Toland started posting pictures, and I was like, "Are you part of this? Like, what's going on?" And he was like, "Yeah, you got to come down and check it out."
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing place.
Oh, and they keep adding and
right.
Oh, it's so.
I'm just
so nice.
Curious as to what it looked like before. I mean, it had to have those floors already, but like
there's got to be pictures and
I'm sure there is.
Just to see that transformation.
Book, some history book.
So when David was a sheriff deputy, Guns and Hoses, like police officers,
yes,
for charity. And
did they do shows out of there?
No, but he trained there because the company I work for, the International City Managers Association, he sponsored him. So we got to see that and the whole thing. But I don't really remember what it looked like because now I walk in there and I'm like, oh, this is different.
Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty nice place.
Ooh, it's a really cool spot.
So nice.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on with the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. The crowd's out.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I am your host, Big Mod, of the Big Modcast. In the room, I have Chris. How we doing, Chris? You good? Eating your pizza rolls?
Yeah.
Yeah, running the board. And I got Sandra D. Thank you for joining us as well, Sandra. Chris, before I go ahead and introduce our guests, can you go ahead and play our sponsor reads? This podcast is sponsored by Quinn Concrete Construction. The company motto, no job too big or too small. Whatever your concrete need is, they have the experience and the professionalism to ensure a quality job every time. For a free estimate, call 913-279-1448. That's 913-279-1448 and ask for Joe Quinn.
This episode is sponsored by Goal Fire Protection. With over 26 years of fire sprinkler experience, Goal Fire Protection has built our livelihoods on established relationships and providing quality fire sprinkler systems. From retrofits, remodels, service, repairs, new installation, and inspections, simple to the extreme, we can help you every step of the way. No job is too small or too big for our knowledgeable crews. For your free estimate, call 913-441-3390 or email us at gochoa@goalfireprotection.com.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest for the evening, Mr. Mike Howard is in the house.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Hey, I appreciate you having me.
Appreciate you coming in. Long day at the office?
It's always a long day at the office. I'd rather be on the road.
Yeah. So do you drive? So since you've been with us, have you been driving more or flying?
We just drive.
Just
Unless
drive.
I'm going to Canada, then I'll fly.
Do we ever go to Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
You know, I'm a huge Winnipeg Jet fan, so
No.
playoffs are getting ready to start. I'm looking to schedule a trip real soon. I don't know if Ross knows that, but
Well, if he listens, he will be hearing that. Yeah, but like I said, thank you for joining us, man. So, all right, from what I understand, Lee's Summit. That's where you're from.
yeah, originally that's where I grew up. Graduated high school from. Yes, sir.
From Lee's. Is it Lee Summit or Lee's Summit?
Well, we just say Lee Summit, but I think it is Lee's Summit.
Lee's Summit.
It is LLE
And
apostrophe S.
do you know the history of that or who that is, or because I sure don't.
I do not.
No,
I apologize.
no, it's okay. Lee's Summit. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was somebody who currently grew up there and it just became Lee Summit.
Sounds like it could have been a guy named Lee, and he overlooked and saw the summit, and
Yeah.
maybe that's how they got there. I'm not real sure though.
But too bad he didn't look at the sunrise.
But you know
'cause
what?
it
I'm going to look that up probably tonight when I'm trying to go to sleep.
No, you definitely forget when you leave here.
We'll see. I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I'll let
yeah.
you know.
So big Mizzou guy.
No, when I graduated, I joined the Air Force, and then I ended up at UNLV. But my wife is a huge Mizzou person. So,
Oh yeah.
She got her undergrad and her master's from MU.
Okay.
Then she went to KU and got her doctorate. Mm-hmm. But she just does not like KU for whatever reason. She is a diehard MU fan, and you know, so I support them for sure. They're a lot better team than UNLV. So.
Oh my! You know what?
I put the MU gear on. When Ross hung that tiger in his office, I told him MIZ.
No, did you really?
Well, he about fired me right on the spot. Absolutely.
So real quick, saying, so Ross Hutchison put a what would you say? How big that? Like maybe 3 foot by 3 foot.
It's
Gotta be right. Big as probably big as the sign there, of a tiger. Mm-hmm. It's a really cool looking tiger, old school looking tiger.
So it's not an MU.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, and
It's just a tiger.
It used to belong to Grandpa Hutchison.
Okay, so it was a tiger picture.
Grandpa Hutchison had it in his office at 819 when we were off of Kansas Avenue, and Ross, I guess, somehow won it in a lottery there, a family lottery, or he just won it somehow, and was able to put it in his office and put a picture of Glenn right underneath it when back in the 82, 83. With the tiger behind him.
Big hair.
Yeah.
Big hair.
But he has that picture tilted. So the tiger's perfectly straight, but the picture, I don't know. But
yeah, so I thought it's pretty cool. Yeah, I saw it and I had to ask Ross. Actually, a couple of days ago we talked about it. But yeah, I need to go in there and check it out.
So your first thought wasn't MIZ like your thought was when you first saw it.
It wasn't really my thought. It was Greg Faddis's actual thought.
Oh.
So he was like, "Oh, you should tell."
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Of
okay.
course.
I knew Ross was a huge KU person.
Yeah.
I've seen him wear the gear, and but yeah, he was leaving one day, and I was just like, I love that tiger, MIZ, and he turned around and daggers.
I wonder what's the history with the MIZZOU?
Man, you're asking me a lot of history questions.
Yeah,
I'm bad.
You must have flunked that. Yeah, that's just
I don't
something.
know if I flunked history, but
But what do you mean? What's your question?
Well, because why is it Mizzou? Why? I mean, I don't get it. And why the Z's? If it isn't Missouri S's.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so that's, I'm sure somehow many years ago they do that chant to MIZ, which of course Mike did. But anyway, so born and raised in Missouri.
Yes, sir.
Lived there all your life, pretty much.
Well, until 18, yes, sir. And
Okay.
Then I joined the Air Force. I was all over the place.
Okay, the Air Force, 20 years? How long did you do?
Yeah. A lot of time spent out at Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So that's a good place to grow up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, from 19 to whatever, and then back in Whiteman after 12 years joined the.
What was
the
it?
Guard.
What was it that got you to go to the service? I mean, were you a bad kid? You obviously flunked history.
I flunked history apparently.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't a terrible kid, but I wasn't on a great path.
Okay.
So I mean, running around with maybe the wrong people, maybe doing some bad things, but not.
Yeah, but nothing
Not like
serious.
go to jail things, but just kind of lazy, didn't want to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
Tried community college at Longview when Longview was back there. And then just, it was high school, except they didn't care if you were there.
Okay.
So I'd be like, all right, I'm not going to be there. So,
Yeah.
Speaking of high school, what high school did you attend?
there was only one in Lee Summit at the time, so it was the original Lee Summit.
Is it still there?
It is still there, yes.
Still called Lee Summit High? Or?
Yeah.
What's their mascot?
Tiger.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Lee Summit Tigers.
MIZ.
And that's how they went to Missouri. All right.
So it's grown and it's changed that the.
Oh, Lee Summit has grown exponentially.
Really?
So
Okay.
there's 3 high schools, I
Now,
believe. Now.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So Lee Summit North, Lee Summit West, and Lee Summit.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool. What year did you graduate?
92.
1992.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So we're not that far apart.
No.
You told me earlier you graduated in
89.
89.
Yeah,
Just makes us a little bit older.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But did you play sports?
I was a big baseball kid growing up. Baseball and basketball was my thing. I played 1 year of football. Between my junior and senior year, I kind of grew up. I was still pretty lanky, but I got some height to me, and I was in weight training, gym class, and they make you max out. My max kept getting bigger, and coach was like, well, "You're playing football this year," and I was like, "Eh." So
What positions did they want you to play?
1 year, tight end, but I
Okay.
didn't want to do it.
Ah.
Yeah, because I'd never played.
Yeah.
Like, you want me to go out my senior year and look like an idiot?
Yeah, they were just looking at you because of your size.
Because of your size.
Right.
Yeah.
But everyone now thinks I played, obviously.
Yeah,
But I didn't.
because of your size now, they thought everybody thinks you played in
Yeah.
the NFL or something, right?
Well,
Okay.
I wish.
How tall are you?
6'4".
6'4". Okay.
6'4". When did you hit 6'4"?
Probably in between. Well, probably right after senior year started. I probably went from 6'1" to 6'3" ish that summer,
Okay.
and then went a little tick further.
So then, when you were playing basketball for Lee Summit, you were about 6 foot.
6'1",
Okay.
yeah,
then
something like that.
So, like you said, as
I
soon
was
as
like
you
a
left school.
3'4",
Okay.
as well as
How was your basketball game?
I was decent. I wouldn't say I was great. I could shoot the ball. I was good inside. I was pretty tough. But nothing. I wasn't going to go to school for it.
No. We have a soundbite here that my nephew had put up because one day we were all talking about sports, and I was like, I think I could have did something with my life. I said,
I could have went pro.
yeah. I said I think I could have went pro. But
Okay.
at basketball. Yeah, I'm only 5'7", 5'8".
Okay. Do you still play?
No, not anymore. But I played for the longest time. Played a little high school ball, and then didn't play my junior senior year. But a lot of playground street ball.
Okay. So you're rough.
And then played in the rec leagues and different other leagues and throughout the city. And
Sure.
And then as I got older, played Mexican American tournaments out of town, Chicago, Omaha, stuff like that.
So you can still shoot the ball.
And not anymore.
Oh.
Not anymore. The shoulders are shot. It's just.
Really? They don't
I got
look
big.
shot?
They don't look. No, they hurt for everything. They hurt when I stretch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. Yeah.
Well, that's a man once we get married. Like, we get a cold and we want you to take care of us.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
As a kid, what do you remember doing as a kid?
we were always outside, so it was a lot of sports. We played a lot of tennis ball, which is the old
Yes.
baseball with a tennis ball. We played a ton of wiffle ball, basketball. We'd run around on bikes in the creeks and
Yeah.
we were
Where is
just
that all now?
Climb
Mike?
trees.
Where is that all now?
shooting BB guns.
Ooh.
It's gone. All my kids do is play video games.
Yep. Real
Yeah.
quick, do you have a
Wanna be inside.
BB gun story?
No, I don't personally. I witnessed a good BB gun story.
Can we hear it?
My neighbor, they're two neighbors. Like we had a bunch of kids, and we'd always run. And we had kind of a tree house, which was like a 2x4 in a tree that we would try to sit on and never could. But one of the guys across the street, Ryan, was climbing up. My buddy Kurt next door had a BB gun and just right in the rear. and it pegged it like it went
Ouch.
in. So there was some trouble, but that was about the only BB gun.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Therefore, a bit, us like dummies, we all had BB guns and we would do BB gun fights. We always said don't shoot, not in the face.
Right.
You know, chest down.
That was still hurt.
It would, but we would just do the one pump, just pump it once.
Okay.
Yeah, and they still hurt.
We did Roman candles, but not BB guns.
Roman candles. Yeah, I'm sure there's stories out there about Roman candles.
Yeah.
And
But yeah. No.
no, that's cool. Do you have a good childhood memory? Something that sticks out?
We went to the lake quite a bit. We'd always go to Branson, but just a pretty average childhood.
Okay.
Nothing-
How was Branson growing up? Is it what it is now?
Oh no.
It was more what?
We did like Whitewater was still there, like the Oceans of Fun type thing.
Okay.
I remember a few like family shows, but nothing. It didn't appear to be at my age what it appeers to be now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Branson out in Missouri, way
Right.
far out, right? Is it
south.
something is what we do here as far as like Worlds of Fun compared to Worlds of Fun?
Well,
I
Branson.
No?
I think it's bigger than just a Worlds of Fun
Oh, I don't know.
because they have a whole amusement park there right now, which I can't remember what it is.
Jose, do you?
Silver Dollar City.
Silver
Yeah.
Dollar City. Yeah. So
That
that's
would
your
be the
Worlds of
comparable.
Fun, but there's
Silver-
so much more.
But it's like the city.
To
It's a
Branson.
tourism
Branson is
city.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we did that once, maybe.
did
right?
once, yeah.
Do you remember that, Jose? I think we might have taken you guys.
We actually did
My
that
first set of kids.
duck or that
Duck,
whatever
goose?
that car that goes in the
Oh.
water. We did one of those.
Didn't that sink?
It did. Thankfully, not when we went,
Right,
which
right.
was years and years ago. But yes,
I
that did have a
one of
tragic
those,
ending.
I did one of those tours in Boston. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it drives around the city, and then when it's ready to go across,
In the water, so
or
yeah.
just hit the water and just take it out for a boat ride.
correct.
I think we did that. I think we did do
Yeah.
that. Right.
They did. But yeah, Branson
crazy.
is totally different. I mean, I would imagine. I don't know what it was like back then, but to me now, it's like
I mean, I just remember going to Whitewater,
just that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
and we'd do some family shows, but I don't remember those. I thought those were boring. So
Yeah.
I was like, when are we going back to Whitewater?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What were you? Was your family close back then?
No, we'd never been real close.
No.
Dad was always working. Mom stayed at home, so we were close to Mom. But I have one sister and Mom, but nothing.
So,
So-
just you and a sister.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. How far apart in age?
4 years. She's 4 years older.
4 years old. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's-
Graduated in '88.
Okay, I was gonna say
You're
yeah,
younger
around
than you.
Yeah.
older than me. I'm 89.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You failed math too, didn't you?
You,
Okay, I won't ask you about that.
You would think. You would think.
Oh, yeah. So aunts, uncles, as far dad's brothers, sisters.
Close knit family, like
No.
no.
No,
Okay.
not at all. My mom had 2 sisters, so I did have 2 aunts, 2 uncles.
Okay.
So did you grow up with your cousins or anything then?
My cousin Laura and I were pretty close, but
Okay.
that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess we just come from a little bit larger family, so we have like tons of cousins.
No, I had 3 cousins. They
Uh-huh.
were girls, but
Boy, you were outnumbered, weren't you?
I was the only boy.
Oh, you were the only boy. Oh,
So I had
okay.
a sister, 3 girl cousins, and that was it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so right after high school, you say you went to the service, and then when did you hit UNLV?
2 years into the service.
Okay.
So yeah, I was there 93-ish, 93 and a half to 97.
Okay. What'd you major in or?
Business and finance.
Okay. There at UNLV.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what? Those weren't they? Wasn't that the good basketball years for UNLV?
Early on,
Tarkanian?
yes. Yeah, Tarkanian. We had,
Dude.
yeah.
You know what? No, where is he?
Thought you were gonna have something.
No,
here.
I do. I have a Larry Johnson bobblehead.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, like I told you earlier, a huge Knicks fan. Oh no, I said Georgetown fan, but because of Ewing, and then I watched UNLV back in that tournament. Speaking where just in March, the March Madness thing, phenomenal team to watch.
Oh,
they
were a lot of fun back then.
Yeah, it was Larry Johnson.
So that was big, and like Saturn dealerships were just taking off back then. You remember Saturn?
The Saturn, yeah. Oh, damn, yeah.
And there was like a 8-foot poster of all the guys in this Saturn dealership, and I was just awestruck by that. I was still in the Air Force, so I didn't really spend a lot of time on campus. It wasn't anything like that. I was more, there was classes at the Air Force base, and then one class.
Okay, I was going to ask that. How do you balance?
Can you look up that basketball team? UNLV with Larry Johnson, Greg Anthony. I don't know what year was that. 92.
Had to be 92, 93. Might have trickled into 94.
Steve Eccles, I think was his name. Anderson Hunt.
I don't remember Anderson.
Yeah, I don't
remember
know.
Grandmama.
Yeah. Larry
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Grandmama.
That, and I think Larry Johnson has a crazy story on how he got that name. How Converse gave him the name Grandmama.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
I think it was, yeah. So his story is, and he had told the story, and you know what's really crazy, and I don't know if I made this up or not, but when he told his story, I told myself that story was in my head when he told the story. So what it was is he wanted to shoot a commercial, and Larry Johnson. So it was Magic and Bird, right?
Okay.
They were both into the Converse.
Oh, yeah.
And then LJ just signed with Converse, and they were this commercial should have been where Larry Johnson and Bird and Magic create a basketball player, and they're like, "What do we call him?" And Larry says, "Well, let's call him Larry." And then Magic says, "Well, let's call him Johnson." So that's where they get Larry Johnson.
Okay.
And they create this monster, which becomes LJ, right? Wearing the Converse and all that whole thing. And that commercial was never made.
You got a better memory than me.
All right.
I don't remember that at all.
Really? Yeah, that was something. Did you find anything?
Yeah, you guys were off. It was 1989 to 91 was Larry Johnson at UNLV.
Okay, 89 to 91.
Before I got there. I didn't get out there till 92.
Does it show that the name, like the starting five of that? Maybe their senior years or
91.
Yeah, it's because they like I said, they made it to the Final Four. I don't know if I think they may have lost the championship game or.
Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon.
Stacey Augmon. There we go.
Anderson Hunt, Greg Anthony. Everett Gray.
Okay.
Elmore Spencer.
Is there Steve Eccles in there or something like that? I don't know why that name.
George Ackles.
Oh, George Ackles. Okay, not Steve, but George. So I think later on he became maybe their center. But that team was fun to watch back in the day. That was a
Tarkanian was fun to watch. Just chewing on that
chewing
wet
on
towel.
the towel, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I want to bring that back.
Yeah. When I was coaching basketball, I carried a towel, but all because of Coach Thompson, John Thompson of the Hoyas. Because remember, he always had a towel on his shoulder. You remember Sam when they used to do? Yeah.
I do remember that.
Do you back to high school? Favorite high school memory?
Probably just playing sports. Yeah, I wasn't a big high school person, so I was just trying to coast through. You know?
Just
get me out of here.
Try to get out of there.
So then, how did you decide what branch of service you would go into?
I think my dad decided that for me.
Oh, okay.
I think once I kind of, I told the story about going to community college and then being like, yeah, they don't care if I'm here, so I don't care if I'm here.
Yeah.
And then my dad actually took me to a golf tournament he was playing in. We played golf together. And the whole time he's like, you're going to do something. You're going to do something. And right after, and he got me a little tipsy. I was probably, 18. and then a little tipsy, and we drove straight to the recruiters.
Oh my!
And, you know, it was literally one of those stories.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I could do that, you know, because I've had a few pops, and I'm like, you know, oh, come on, this sounds easy. I get to play, you know, basketball on Sundays, and you know, they lie so much back then. Like you're not playing anything.
No.
You're scrubbing toilets with a toothbrush.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of how, you know, that's the office that we ended up at, and then took the ASVAB, and then ended up in the military.
Does that mean that you actually fly or anything? Learn to fly while you're in the Air Force?
After college, yes.
Yeah.
I did
Okay.
get to fly. So
Okay.
it was, but I was a lot skinnier back then.
Yeah. So you were still in the service, but attending college. So that paid for your college, right? Is that how that works?
GI Bill, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Air Force is kind of like school. I was kind of like, no, I don't know if this is for me.
Yeah.
And then so that's why I ended up back at school. But it was, you know, military was the best decision I ever made.
Yeah.
And then going to school out there was also
service.
the best decision, and I ended up making it. And now, you know, I get those benefits and that
That's
ID
cool.
card. So,
you still have your uniforms and whatnot?
Oh man, yeah.
Do you?
Where's your next question going?
Do you fit it?
No,
That wasn't my next question. That was so rude.
I don't know.
What you need to do is buy you some mannequins and just throw your uniforms on those.
I don't want to make my wife jealous. She'd be like, "Why am I with you? I like this mannequin."
Well, wait.
No.
You said something about size. Is there a cockpit that there's only
Well, I mean,
that you can't
obviously
fit in
a
it?
big person. It's like a middle seat, but a little crampier.
Oh.
So yeah, you're a big.
It's not made for a big guy.
No big guy is gonna get in a cockpit.
Oh, okay.
So
That reminds me. I don't think I've ever seen a big
you never will.
pilot. You know, the ones that even fly commercial planes and whatnot.
Commercial, you got.
Are they?
You
I've
got a
never
little
heard.
bit because you just got to slide in. I mean,
Just slide in.
but yeah. But yeah, not meant for a big man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things not meant for a big. There's some things meant for a big man, but that's not one of them.
Yeah.
Never would have thought about that.
So, right after college, do you remember your first job? Or no, let's go back. Do you remember your first job? Period.
Taco Bell.
Really?
Taco Bell. So my mom worked at a bank. My parents ended up getting divorced. My mom had to go to work. She got a job as a teller at a bank.
Okay.
And then I guess the Taco Bell guy always came through and maybe did. I don't know. But
So mom said, "Hey,
now I'm gonna need some therapy." No, but ended up at Taco Bell. That was probably the worst job ever. I was just like, I remember I ended that job. He was like, "Go clean the dining room," like, and I was like, "Okay." Gone.
you walked right out.
okay.
Yeah, I was just gone. My mom was not happy.
Oh,
So did you keep that uniform?
Taco Bell, no. I don't even know. Did they have a uniform? I bet they
Put
did.
that on the mannequin.
So, real quick, you were a pilot in the Air Force, right?
No.
Or you just learned to fly
Yeah.
from the Air Force? Okay.
Yes.
I was going to ask if you had a call sign or anything.
Yeah.
No.
Duck. Duck was my actual call sign.
Why?
Big movie back in the day was what? Howard.
Howard the Duck. Okay. Mike Howard the Duck.
And I was tall. So I had to duck a lot. So I did have a call sign. It was Duck.
And what I just found out about wasn't Howard the Duck Marvel?
Yes.
Was it really?
It still is, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Didn't he make an appearance in one of the movies? One of the
He's
Guardians?
appeared in the Guardians movies.
No way.
Yeah, Howard the Duck.
I got to check that out.
that's funny.
I know, right? So back when they made Howard the Duck, it wasn't a Marvel thing, though, was it?
I don't believe so.
But he doesn't
I
just
think
come
he
out
was
of nowhere.
acquired.
Someone obviously knew who he was.
Oh, shit. Now we're going to
right?
have to sit and watch Howard the Duck.
Yeah, I'm going to have to sit and watch it again.
No, you need to just watch the Marvel ones when he comes out in those. He's a badass.
Well, it's been so long since I've seen any of them.
I have not heard of Howard the Duck in so long, so that's the first time to just hear that.
Yeah, it stuck. It was Duck.
Yeah,
So that's your nickname.
I didn't have a first or last name. It was just Duck.
Duck. Oh man.
Duck.
Okay.
I'm going to start calling you Duck. You can start calling me Carlos.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
Carlos.
he was always a part of Marvel.
Carlos was or Doc?
Docs.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Wait, do you remember your first paycheck?
Ooh, wow, that's a great question.
And then what did you buy with that paycheck?
Like at Taco Bell?
Wherever.
Mm.
Was there a big paycheck that you like? Oh, I know what I'm gonna get me this.
I don't.
And you just
No, I
bought-
don't really have a memory of a first paycheck, or I'm
No?
like, I'm gonna set this aside to buy this.
Really?
Yeah.
You just spent all your money whenever you made it.
No, I was more of a saver.
Yeah.
It's probably why I ended up in finance.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I know.
Jose, do you remember your first paycheck?
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Very first paycheck.
My
What'd you-
very first paycheck where I thought I'm gonna do something great with this. Yeah.
Bought groceries.
Yeah, he's told the story like 10 times.
Oh.
I bought
Yeah.
groceries at it wasn't a Sam's Club. I think it was called Pace. But it was like a Sam's Club.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
So he had all these grand ideas of what he was going to spend his $50 on or whatever, right?
And you bought groceries.
and and
He didn't have a choice.
I bought more than what it was, and we had to put stuff back because I didn't have enough money.
Okay.
It was a lesson because Dad didn't even throw in the extra cash to pay for the other stuff.
Well, you got to learn those lessons.
Yeah, I guess.
sometimes.
Yeah. So that's how I remember. That's how I remember mine.
I don't really remember. I mean, obviously I was getting paid.
You
but
guys?
I don't remember.
Nothing.
I think we put money
Jose, like
away.
your first paycheck, you didn't like say, "I'm gonna go buy me a Sega Genesis."
No, I just remember spending it on stupid stuff.
Mm.
Like the whole reason I got my first job was so I could buy an iPhone.
That was
Back
it.
in like 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
Those $300 a month for an iPhone.
Dang.
Oh my.
Lord, yeah.
What was your first job?
The lifeguard.
Oh, that's right.
Was
That's
that
right.
15.
You were
Yep.
spending $300 a month on an iPhone?
Mm-hmm. That was the whole point of having a job. But then you don't have any bills other than that. You don't.
Yeah.
Maybe gas, but you don't pay insurance. You don't pay anything like that. So
Well, you were lucky. Not all kids have that
I
privilege.
know.
That is a privilege.
Mm-hmm.
How's the 9 to 5 now?
I mean, every 9 to 5 is no bueno.
Yeah.
No, I mean, this one's great. I like the people, places, the culture's cool. Obviously, I like to travel and get out and about. So, yeah, so far,
Okay, so how long have you been there?
like 7 weeks, almost 2 months.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
just brand new.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know a thing about.
So he's
Hardly
he's
anything.
into learning. So Mike works with us at their Universal Engraving.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And you're already traveling all the time? You're already...
No, not all the time. Like the first month, it was just strictly,
So
taking
so,
stuff on.
So
Yeah.
who messed up the Rogue?
Huh?
What?
I didn't know somebody did.
Yeah, apparently. Maybe we should hit that out. Yeah, I went to go ask.
I wasn't privy to.
I went to
that
go ask my
conversation.
niece Janae for the car because I needed to go get
Is that
something.
your niece?
Yeah, Janae. And she says, "Oh, we don't have the. It's in the shop." I'm like, "We just got this vehicle like 4 weeks ago."
Right.
Oh well, something happened to it. Somebody was driving it, and something did this, and it sounded weird. And
So you can't have nice things.
I know, like, come on, people.
Huh?
Don't ruin it for all of us. I love that car.
I didn't
I
have
went. We went and bought us a Murano. It's close to a Rogue.
Well, I
But-
thought it was. I was like, maybe he got an old one.
Yeah,
didn't-
no,
I
it's a
didn't know.
2019, but still. I
No.
mean,
I didn't know what year it was. I thought maybe.
Yeah.
I know they just bought new ones, so I figured maybe
Yeah.
you'd been there a while. Maybe that was your gift.
Oh, that would have been nice,
right.
but no.
No.
What do you say, Ross?
Yeah.
Ross?
Yeah.
No.
You in sales there then?
Yes.
Yeah. Figured with the travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Diane, you work with her as well?
Garcia?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
She knows everything.
Yes.
So yeah, she's the one that
Yeah.
she made me a book, and I carry it with me when I'm on the road because all the questions I don't know, I'm like,
Yeah.
let me get right back to you.
Yeah, so
And then I-
Diane's
In the
of course.
hotel, like, whoa.
Diane's
okay.
Diane's my cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she had married my older cousin Art Garcia, and so that's how Diane's a big part of Universal, man.
She's been there a long
She's-
time, I understand.
Yep.
She
Well,
has-
so have you, though, right?
I have been.
Yes.
And she's been there longer.
Longer.
So,
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
the one who.
It's like
she's
a-
the one that recruited me.
It's like a family. It's like Rockhurst. They just recruit.
Recruit family.
Who they like.
Yeah. All right.
He's
So
also got stories though when there's like a death in the family and everybody needs off for the funeral. Yeah.
I know that's what's tough about, working with family and stuff like that. But anyway, thank goodness we don't go through
How
that
many are
too
there?
much.
I know that's a question.
Well,
Good question.
How
many?
Maybe I'm gonna say maybe 6 at the time. At one time, there was probably like 15 of us.
Oh wow.
They used to call us. There was more Garcias than Hutchisons.
I think
at
it's
one
more
time.
than 6.
This was before Ross and Austin had come around.
Oh okay.
When we had the older.
Second generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They are third generation.
Who?
Ross. And,
Well, right, but I meant
Oh, but you were talking about the second generation, yeah.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
But in the evening, 1, 2, 3.
I forget Mark works there.
Right. Yeah. Mark, Rico, Victor, myself, Janae,
I think it's 7.
Joseph, Diane.
Oh, 8. I think it's 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's about 8 of them.
Hey.
The
It's
more the
family.
merrier.
It's family.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a fair. Yeah. And like I love working for the Hutchisons, man. Yeah, that's my second family.
You don't
right
even
there.
have to have a Christmas party. You just go to work.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So
What
real
were
quick,
you doing prior to Universal?
So I've always been in sales. So
Oh, okay.
Like I said, once I went back and got into the guard, then I what you drinking? Got into finance, and I was a financial advisor. I
Oh, okay.
worked for J.P. Morgan, the International City Managers Association, and then that kind of went away, and then I was selling body cams and in-car video for Digital Ally, which is to law enforcement agencies.
Uh-huh.
And then we opened the bar, and then so I took
It's a
about.
totally different.
Well, I mean,
it's a quick left turn.
Digital Ally. If you look at the stock, sorry, Stan, it was heading the wrong way, and so
Glad you said that. I saw something about somebody was saying get in on Axon. Because they're still
that was one of our big
pumping more.
competitors.
Yeah.
What the heck does that mean?
Every time you see body cam footage that gets to the news and stuff like that, it's usually Axon is right at the top. It's the brand that makes a lot of them right now.
Body cams.
They also make tasers. They make like a lot of equipment for
Really?
military and
Didn't know
police.
that.
Yeah.
For sure, they were a huge competitor.
Yeah.
But it was going a little south. I mean, another sales individual. We're like, we had an opportunity. We were checking out the shop cigar lounge, and that place ended up being right next door. And they were looking for something maybe a little that they could send their customers to, serving old fashions and things like that. And
Yeah.
so we kind of jumped on
Yeah.
it, and I kind of
What's funny about that is cousin and I, we were at the cigar lounge, and he parked right in front of your guys' spot. But this is before
he's gonna owe some money.
before anybody, before it was anything. It was
Okay.
it was nothing at all.
We weren't there yet then.
Right, correct.
Gotcha.
And he's walking down, and I'm getting ready to get in my car because I park right in front of the cigar lounge. And he calls me, he points at the spot, and I'm like, he says, "Let's open it. Let's do something with it." I was like, "What?" And then we left it at that.
Shit, I wish you would have. No, I'm just kidding.
But that. So if you're looking at the cigar lounge, your spot is to the left, correct?
To the right.
If you're
Oh,
looking
they're
at-
to the right.
If you're looking
Yeah.
at the front,
You know
we're
where
to the right.
the Galicias live, right in that house where they had the
Yes.
SUV. Right, it's that corner. Yeah, the one.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I remember when we walked by and it was for sale.
Yeah.
Ah.
6th and Orville,
Okay.
right there on the corner.
Okay.
Yeah. So the location, great spot.
It is.
Okay, well,
I
let's
li-
go ahead and start off. You were speaking about Davenport, right? Is that what it's called?
Yes, it's called the Davenport.
The Davenport. Real quick, how did you come up with the name Davenport? What's the story behind it?
We've had a ton of questions about that, but
Okay.
really, my business.
Add mine to it.
Yeah. What is your guess?
A guess. Oh, I thought you said questions. That
Oh.
was my question.
Oh,
But
I got you.
I guess. Oh, I have no idea.
No.
Some about Iowa.
Nope.
That would have been mine.
Not a couch. Not Iowa. It's not either one of our last names. Those are the three big ones that we get. But no, it was a story that my business partner read many moons ago, and it
Okay.
always stuck with him about Captain General something Davenport, and
So it's a character's name.
I believe so. When we were spitballing this idea, we were just kind of almost like naming a child.
Yeah.
And what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? And then he threw out, "What about the Davenport?" And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of sexy." and I kind of envisioned what we wanted it to look like and be. And I
You
was like,
wanted it to look like a Davenport.
maybe.
What's a Davenport?
Yeah, nothing. But for whatever reason in my head, I was like, oh, that sounds sexy. And he was like, oh, I like it too. And then we kind of messed around with some
Okay, so
ideas
then
on the logo. And
what were the other names they were throwing out there?
not good enough to remember.
No, apparently.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I mean, but we did this for probably a half hour, so I know there was
Really?
many. It's just
Where were you guys at when you were trying to come up with this
Tower
thing?
Tavern.
The Tower Tavern.
Tower Tavern on Martini Corner.
Ah.
Shout out to Grant. He's one of my buds. He owned that bar for a long time, and it's one of my favorite places. So
I mean, not to shout out these Martini Corner, but what are the little shops there? We
you
were
got
just at a
Tower
brick-
Tavern. You got Barrio. You got Cliff's Tap House.
Okay, it might have been
Yeah.
Cliff's Tap House that we had went to. Yeah.
Yeah. He does a good brunch.
Okay.
But if I'm there, I'm usually at Tower. If I'm on 31st Street, it's usually Tower Tavern.
Okay.
Right. So talk to me about some early challenges with the bar, because I feel like everybody's had the drunk thought with their friends of like, we should open a bar.
Like
it'd
like
be
you
so
said, you
easy.
guys did, right?
We love alcohol. We could definitely do it. So like, what are the things that maybe hit you like a ton of bricks early on that you're like, oh shit, I didn't.
Oh, it
didn't think
still
about
hits us like a ton of bricks every
Yeah.
day. But no, just that is exactly how you open a bar, right? Like, oh, we have a little bit of capital and we like to drink and we know a lot of people. Let's just open a bar. But you don't think about, is it a destination spot? Does it have a lot of foot traffic? Does it fit the neighborhood? Are you what's inventory look like? How much is it to pay for all the refrigeration and how do you build these relationships with brands and
Distributors.
that's going to bring in all your bar mats and glassware and things like that, and then you don't really ever think about what's the BPU bill going to be. And I'll tell you, it's high.
Yeah.
BPU, maybe settle that down.
Settle down over there, people.
But yeah, I mean, you think about if you have alcohol, people are going to buy it, you're going to make money. But you also have to spend a lot of money to make money.
Yeah, that's what you have. That's
But
what,
yeah, so I mean, those are huge challenges on the daily.
Sure.
Anyone that asks me, should I open a bar? I'm like, yeah, you should in your basement. No.
that's what they said about us.
And
We need a podcast studio. Open one in your basement.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? Shit, that's what I'm going to do then.
There you go. But no, I love it. It's satisfying. I love the neighborhood and the people, and you do meet a lot of great people, and we haven't really seen anything too terrible except for the break-in.
Oh, you guys have had one already?
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
When? How long ago was
That's,
this?
It was the day after Halloween.
Oh,
Or I
really?
guess Halloween early. Well, it was like 1 a.m.
Okay.
on the day after Halloween, so November 1st.
Okay.
They go for money, bottles, what
Everything.
was the
So
goal?
everything. Pissed me off. He stole our trash can, and he was just wheeling it around. He was chucking bottles in. He was a big Red Bull drinker because he emptied out the Red Bull cooler.
All on video?
Probably seven, 8 bottles. Ripped out the cash register. Was kicking the Golden Tea machine, trying to get in there. He did, there's some
Insurance.
crazy people out there, or different
Yeah.
people out there, and luckily nobody was hurt, and it was nothing that we couldn't replace. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
that's all I really care about.
How
That
long have you guys
sucks,
been
man.
down there?
Our 1-year anniversary is the weekend of the 24th and 5th, or
Okay.
5th and 6th, whatever that Friday, Saturday
Of
is.
this month?
This month, yes, sir.
What are we doing?
We're having a 2-day kind of event. So we'll have
Okay.
live music on Friday night, and we actually have 2 bands on Saturday.
Okay.
So one from 3 to 6 and one from 8 to whenever it's time to go home. So
Will you be there?
I will be there, I know, Friday night for a little bit, and
Okay.
I will be there Saturday for the first band and probably into the second band, and I'll actually probably be helping guest bartend as well. So,
Okay.
but yeah, we should all be there.
That's cool. Maybe that's something.
I hope everyone comes out.
Well, if we
I
can,
hope we pack the hill.
we can throw it out there for you. Maybe
Please
in
do.
the next few episodes. Yeah, we'll throw it out for you guys.
Please do. We'll have a lot of drink
And-
specials, swag from distributors and things like that we can give away.
Do you feel like you have a clientele that is comes back every week? People that
We definitely have some regulars.
regulars. That's the word I'm looking for.
yeah.
Regulars. Yes.
So you're not a regular anyway?
Nah.
No. Okay. But yeah, we definitely have regulars and some neighborhood folks that
Okay.
love to come in. And
Do you guys like feed off of each other? I mean, yes, you guys have a place. Then there's the cigar lounge. Isn't there another
Yeah, Fat Mats.
Fat
Fat
Mats
Mats?
is right
Yeah.
there.
So like, do you guys see
We-
the foot
One
traffic?
big
Do you
family.
guys how? Yeah. I mean,
we try and I think we do to an extent, but I think people are also, creatures of habit.
Yeah.
And they, Fat Mats has been there forever. It's a great spot,
okay.
and they don't want to feel like they're venturing out or doing
Mm-hmm.
another thing. But Joni and Mike, the owners, and Sammy, the son, has come in and shown support, and we show
oh,
support
good.
to them.
Okay.
And we're starting to see more of that, but it takes time. We were the new kids, and
Yeah.
The new kids on the block.
Well, I think you guys are
so,
seated.
So
you
they
guys
got
are.
they got to feel you out,
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys are positioned in a good spot, I think, because if you go further down, further
further
south,
north. Further south is
South.
toward the church.
Yes, you
Okay.
go further south. They've had some. There's some liquor, some
Other bars down
bars
there.
down there that have had issues in the past.
Yeah.
That like literally
Someone got shot and
shoot
killed.
out. Yeah,
like
things
a year
like
or two
that.
ago.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I love Chicago's.
Oh, that's even
Chicago's
further
is a good
down.
spot.
Yeah.
That's a good spot.
Yeah.
I really love the neighborhood. I mean, I got
Yeah.
introduced to Strawberry Hill. I'm probably like, how old is my daughter? So, 2003. So probably 2002. The Pavlovich family was getting married, having baby showers down there, and we had never really. We were always like, "Ooh, Kansas City, Kansas." I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
That's funny.
but I loved it. It reminded me a little bit of Chicago. And then when I was in finance and working for the International City Managers Association, Unified Government was one of my largest
Oh,
clients.
okay.
So I was down there all the time.
Gotcha.
So from 2008 to 2018, and I still remember when the 403 is now where Lugie's spot is, and just had a blast. Had a great time.
Yeah.
We were all over Unified Government back then.
What's the challenging part about running a bar?
People.
Yeah.
No, it is. It's people, not only, some customers, but also staff. You got to,
That's
it's
yeah.
probably the toughest thing about running a bar if you're not there every day is, who you trust.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, we have Jo, who's our manager, and she's great and trustworthy. And now we have Chef Jimmy, who's in there doing the Detroit style pizza and wings.
Okay.
Oh, so you've got some food going on in there now.
Yeah, it's his own entity and his own business, kind of like a
Oh, okay.
pop-up
Sweet.
proof of concept. But every day that we're open, Thursday through Sunday, he's in there slinging his pizza, slinging his wings. You can also DoorDash it if you don't want to be a regular.
Okay.
I mean, I'd rather you be a regular, but
Well, we can make that.
but no,
happen.
it's just making sure you can trust. I mean, it's a cash business. It's
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Mike. If you put lockers in your facility, I'll get a locker because the lockers at
Fuck, you
the
gonna
at
put
the
us
shop
in a locker.
the lockers at the shop. It's just
they cost too much. Or what?
a little bit. I need some place
I-
to put my cigars and.
Well, you-
That way I hang out with you, and then I go down and smoke a cigar, and then I come back.
I think you're good enough with Mike. You
Yeah.
might not have a locker, but he'll
Yeah,
let
we
you-
actually. I told Mike, I said, "You think the big Mike can get a locker?" He's like, "Yeah, we can make that happen." So
Yeah.
we're gonna do it. We just
Well,
take.
now they
our
have
stuff.
the downstairs too with more
Yeah.
lockers.
Yeah, but there's
so-
ghosts down there, but that's for another day.
So let me ask you this: you said you've got a manager, and I'm curious. As a new business, is there a point where is it like a break-even point where you can hire a manager, or did you guys just say, at the beginning we want somebody to be familiar with the full process, or did you guys run it day to day for a bit?
So I did that for the almost entire first year.
Oh, okay, okay.
trying to build the relationships and get all the processes in place, doing the inventory, ordering, meeting all the people in the neighborhood, letting them know I was available and down there.
For sure.
But we got kids to feed. And,
Yeah.
and a wife that after a year of being at the bar, no, she was great. She's very supportive and she encouraged it as well. But the end goal was not to be at the bar the rest of my life. It was to get it off the ground, get it running smoothly, and it was at a point where it's running smoothly enough to where Joe could come in, and she was one of our bartenders, and she showed us that we could trust her, and she showed that she knew what she was doing. She was great with the neighborhood folks and all the people that came in. So I knew I wanted to, get back into a work life, and then, so
That's cool.
offered her that position, and she accepted, and it's been a good
That's cool.
relationship.
Yeah, and I met Joe.
Yeah.
I met her that day when I walked in there.
Yeah.
Cool bar. What kind of bar would you say, if you want to put it out there to the people? What would you say? What kind of bar is it?
Well, I wish we wouldn't have put sports in the name, maybe, because it's not really a sports bar. Like if you think of a typical sports bar, you got a million TVs and people just screaming and yelling, and we get that occasionally, like for a Chiefs game or something like that. But we have 9 TVs, and but we have some nice lounge areas, very similar to what Mike has.
Yeah.
Where some lounge chairs that people just want to sit and
Chill.
talk and chill. We have some live music, so it's more of just a neighborhood pub. We'll welcome anyone. You know? Yes, we have sports on the TVs, but the TV sound isn't always on. Like if it's a big game or a local team, then we'll put the sound up. But otherwise, it's music, and like I said, I just want to welcome everyone. And
would you ever invite any like food trucks or anybody, food vendors, to come out park near you guys?
Yeah, so we've done that. But now that we have
But now that you have the kitchen,
Chef Jimmy and Jimmy B's Pizza and Wings is what it's called. Shout out to Chef Jimmy.
Okay.
Do you have any highlights from the first year? And some big things or accomplishments?
Obviously the Strawberry Hill Pub Crawl is huge.
Yeah.
It was a ton of people. We have a pretty big space in comparison to some of the
I'm
other
so
venues.
interested in going to see. I can't even imagine the spacing.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
it's more open than
Okay.
a lot of the other bars down there.
Yeah.
So we did get just a great crowd, and it was very busy. But it was about 1,000,000 degrees that day, and it was me and another gentleman behind the bar, Jason Crumb Dog Millionaire, holler at you. And I probably sweat
Let me
through
give
three.
him
He would love that. But I probably sweat through 3 shirts that day.
Oh, my.
It was miserable.
Is that a yearly thing?
Yeah.
When does that happen?
So last year, I believe it was in June or July.
Okay, so it'll be
I think
coming up.
I think they moved it up a little bit this
This
year.
was this was before you turned on the AC.
Well, the AC didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
I
Yeah,
mean,
too many
it was
people.
that
Good thing
hot
you
in
had
there.
backup shirts.
Because we just, the door was.
You guys didn't sell any merch that night.
The door
You
was
wearing it
open.
all.
No, well, the pub crawl actually gave us shirts.
Oh, okay.
That was the first one to go. Then I
Yeah.
had a Davenport shirt on. That went.
Is there a lounge or something in the back, or you have something?
Originally, when we started, it was a lounge. Like
Okay.
I had a couch and a couple chairs, and
then what happened
The
to it?
thought was, people go back. I just had like fire on the TVs. It wasn't like sports. It was
Yeah.
more if like you wanted to come in with your wife, have a
Yeah.
date night, share a bottle of wine, do something like that. But no one really ever utilized it, and that's when we built out the kitchen. And
Okay.
we were going to kind of dabble with food or try that, but then luckily Chef Jimmy came in one night and kind of had experience and wanted to
That's cool.
maybe do that.
Well-
and we were looking for food, so I was
Oh,
like, yeah,
that worked out perfect.
No, for sure.
What was he doing before that? Did he?
He was also in sales. Man, he'll probably kill me if I get it wrong. I was some kind of IT sales or telecom sales or something like that.
Yeah.
But
It's all right if you get it wrong. You got my name wrong from the very get go.
come on, Carlos. Rodale.
Well, how about the third Fridays or whatever they are? Does that help bring in some people too?
Those are great.
Yeah.
Those have been really good for us as well.
Because it seems like it's really starting to grow too. Like,
Do they
Yeah.
let people wander with alcohol? or is it just bringing people in?
What? Yeah, I guess what is the question on that?
I don't know the rule,
I'm not a police officer.
I'm not going to chase you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of police officers in that area.
But what's
too.
interesting down here in Shawnee, you
They
can be
kinda
out. Yeah,
open it up?
you could have it out in the open.
What's that? Alcohol?
Yeah.
I think you can as well. Like
I
I've
just-
never, we don't serve bottles. We only serve cans.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
That's
totally
better than-
fine if somebody wants to leave, something like that. And they have the street blocked off, so
Yeah.
I don't think it's a big deal. And
Yeah, it's
luckily the
regulated.
street's blocked off right to us. So,
Yes. Yeah.
but yeah, those
I think Mike was telling us about that.
those were great. We got a lot of traffic in, and people that didn't know what we were, never been there, thought they were something else, or thought we were something else. So, very, very cool.
So is there still another space that's open, or have all those buildings been taken now?
So you got Fat Mats, you got the Cigar Lounge, you got Quinn Concrete Construction, and then you guys, right?
Oh, then
Yeah.
that's it.
There might be a
Is there something in between?
apartment or something in between. I'm
Okay.
not real familiar.
Yeah. So Joe's office is right there as well.
Okay.
In that same.
For years, like nothing has ever been down in that area. Like we grew up in that area, and it was just like there was never anything there. So it's neat to see those businesses and the bookstore and the ice cream or candy shop that's over on the other side. I mean, so it's
Hey,
neat to
Sugar.
see that development there.
Yeah, my kids love Hey Sugar.
Yeah.
And the bookstore's great. He's been great. He comes in and
And then there's a group of essays up the street too.
Oh, that's
right.
right,
They
the
have
bike shop.
they
Yeah,
have,
yeah,
yeah.
Lowrider bikes
Yes,
or something
that's
like
right.
that.
Low Ride to
Which I
Success.
need to get in touch with those guys too.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
he's-
they have some cool stuff out when they do
he
theirs.
does good things. And during the art walks, Third Friday art walks, they'll be riding their bikes. Those
Yeah.
things are super cool, man.
Yeah.
He does good things with those kids, and those kids do great things in building those bikes. So,
Yep.
and then you got Powell right up the street doing great things too. So,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Police Athletic
Uh-huh.
League.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yep.
like I said, it's a great neighborhood. You can go down there. You hit us. You hit Fat Match.
Yeah.
You can hit Brits. You can
Oh,
hit
yeah, Brits.
Hillsiders. I mean, you can really do the thing. I haven't been to Dewey's yet, but I hear great things about it right up the
Okay.
street. And then, you got Easy In doing great tacos and a shot of
Oh, they
tequila
have-
on Wednesdays for like $5.
Where's that one at?
Right next to the funeral home. So
Oh,
kinda
really?
Catty corner to us.
The funeral home. What is that? That's not Sandusky, is it?
No.
No, that's.
Wait.
Well,
I think you're close
Yeah.
with the name.
I can't think of it, but yes, I know.
that's right. Yeah, it's not Sandusky. That's a street name.
Well, yes.
yes.
There's also a street name. But
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think
But
it's
what are the days and the hours that are when you guys are open?
Sure. So right now we're open Thursday through Sunday. Thursday and Sunday, 11 to 11, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. So we are open for lunch, KCK.
Okay.
Come on down. I know there's a lot of Hungry Unified Government employees down there.
Yeah.
And then Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. till midnight or whenever.
Yeah.
If we have a crowd, we can stay open later, but, we usually try to get finished before all the other bars.
yeah.
So,
I'm gonna have to stop in there for lunch one day. Smoke me
Oh,
a cigar at 11, then from there go down and get me a lunch.
his Detroit style pizza is
Yeah.
amazing. And his wings are
Detroit style pizza. What is there? Spaghetti in it?
No. What the
That's
fuck?
that's an M&M joke.
We might
Think about spaghetti. Yeah, there you go, Mike.
yeah.
See, I just gave me an idea, Jose.
That might happen. I don't know. I have to talk to Chef about that. But no, all his food's great. Breadsticks are great.
Okay.
He makes his own ranch, homemade ranch. He does everything by hand. Nothing's frozen.
Nice.
So he's not just throwing in like what we used to do when I
Yeah.
first opened. I was doing frozen pies.
What's his
I'm like,
name? Chef Jeff? No.
Chef Jimmy. Come
Chef
on.
Jim. See,
on.
I'm messing up just like you know. Man.
You flunk English?
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I did. I did not like English class.
Well, I get it.
Anyway, so you know what? Before we get into the bartending that I want to talk to you about,
Sure.
there was a bar that you worked at with your pops back in the day.
Yeah. We owned it together.
You okay?
Skip it.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Mike, come on. I do my
Yeah,
research. Let's
good-
go.
That's good research. Skippers.
Skippers. How do we get the name Skippers? Is it a Gilligan's Island thing?
Dad was skipper.
Oh, he
So-
was the skipper.
I never
Slap you
understood-
around with his hat.
No, slap me around with a Seagram 7, maybe. But,
Yeah.
no, he like his 17th marriage. No. His third or fourth.
He was a busy guy. Come on.
He was. His third or fourth marriage. Once he finally retired, he was a sales guy too. But they ended up moving to the lake, which blew my mind because my dad really didn't even know how to swim. He was like, he didn't like water at all. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Why?
You must
why the
really
lake?
care about this lady.
Lake
and
of the
her
Ozarks.
name was Janet. Her mom had lived down there.
Okay.
So she wanted to get closer, and he wanted to make her happy. So for about the first year and a half or so, they just kind of hung out. And Dad got bored. He's pretty antsy, likes to move around, and so that bar came for sale, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it. So
Okay.
then he came to me and he's like, hey, would you want to put a little in? And so we did, and he ran it. I was there on the weekends.
He ran it. You drank it.
No, I mean, I was rarely there except on the weekend. Like he lived there. He was there every day. He had literally a captain's chair from a boat.
That's cool.
At the end of the bar, and as he got older, that chair got bigger. Like people would bring in bigger chairs and things like that. But
Did he have one of them big wheels? The steering wheel on the?
No.
What do they call those? You know those? What the hell am I trying to say,
I
Jose?
think it's just a wheel.
It's just a wheel. A wheel of fortune.
Like the wooden.
Yeah, like the one the skipper, the skipper used on. You remember Gilligan's Island, right?
Oh, for sure. But
Okay.
no, he did not have the wheel.
Oh, okay. That would have been cool to have at the end of
but
the bar as well.
He sat there at the end of the bar every day and watched everything, and got grumpier as he got older. But unfortunately, passed away, and I knew I didn't want to live down there full time and manage a bar.
That kind of reminds me. Have you been Knuckleheads?
A couple times. I'm not
Yeah,
super familiar
there's
with it.
the owner of that has a little special stage like for two, and he has his own recliner or some type of cool chair that he just sits to watch the show and watch the crowd. Wow,
I need
that's
that.
the way he works. Like I guess that's the way he works. He just sits there and takes care of his bar, sitting in his chair,
Just watching.
just taking. Yeah,
That's
I
all my
think
dad
it's a
did.
recliner if I'm not mistaken.
I need that at the Davenport. I might check
Yeah.
into that.
But you're not ready to sit. You're still up and moving all over.
No,
the
he's
place, right?
ready to sit.
I'm very similar to my dad. I don't like to sit still very often.
Oh,
so-
okay, yeah.
Skippers. That's a cool name. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I see where you got your taste of, or your desire to do open up a bar, is you've already had a taste of it.
Well,
Yep. Well, then it's
bartending was, I dabbled in that. So as soon as I got out to Las Vegas.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah. So we used to hang out at Moose McGillicuddy's, which was a college bar, and it's no longer there, right by the college. But they used to have $1 and anything Wednesdays. So the group, us four, could go in there, and then you'd say Long Island iced tea, and you'd owe $4 or $5, and then he would say Michelob Ultra, and $4 or $5, and then we just got to know the owners because we were there every Wednesday, and finally he was like, would you want to just come throw beers and maybe I'll teach you a few things, and
Oh,
so I
okay.
sat in the front of the building throwing beers out of a trough, and then other days I'd have off, he'd teach me kind of how to bar back, and then he started teaching me how to pour, and then he started teaching me little mixed drinks. So I never went to any kind of formal
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
training.
yeah,
It was
so-
just straight through.
So you consider you're a bartender, pretty much, right? When you're working, that's what you would like to do, right? Bartend.
Bartending to me never felt like work.
Okay.
So I've always enjoyed it. Yeah.
So I guess you said you've not had formal schooling or education when it comes to that, but you can still get your license.
You don't need a license.
Oh, you don't.
So you used to have to get a liquor license just
Oh,
to
okay.
serve. So you'd have to serve safe and things like that. But you never had to have a.
Oh, okay.
Like there was a lot of classes, I think, back in the day, which was kind of like maybe a scam. I don't know. Apologize to anyone that took those classes, but you didn't need them.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
What's
Okay.
what's the favorite part of being when you're working behind the bar? Let's say.
Making people happy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, people come in with all kinds of. You never know
Yeah.
what's going on in people's
You know,
heads.
you actually become a therapist, right?
Well, you can become a lot of things, but
Behind the
Many
bar.
hats, many hats.
But yeah, not really focusing on one person. I was always kind of a mover.
Just moving
like,
around.
Like if you're talking to me, telling me a sad story, I'm like, oh yeah. So you just kind of the fast pace,
Yeah.
never know what you're going to get. It's very similar to sales. You know, you walk into a door and somebody may tell you that your company's the worst thing, and you know, maybe the same thing with a person having a bad day. But then you give them a drink and you talk to them a little bit, and you start seeing them smile.
So, are you? I mean, I know you can do this, but anybody, are people allowed to drink while bartending? It's
I
up-
mean,
it's up
to
an
a
extent.
degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, as
I
long
mean,
as
I'm sure you back there have a few drinks while you're working, right?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm
and
sure,
I
I'm-
believe Joe probably does too, but as long as you can maintain.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where you kind of have to know your limits for sure.
Okay. But and then I'm sure there are bartenders who don't drink alcohol at all, but they'll work, right? You know, that's
Oh, absolutely. You do not have to drink to be a bartender. You'd probably
Right.
be a better bartender to your owner or your manager if you did not drink.
yeah.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So mixology, is that a word?
It is a word.
It is. It's in the dictionary, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's in the dictionary.
And what would the definition be to that? Mixology, is somebody who mixes different types of alcohol. Chris, can you look that up for us, please? What's the
Yes.
definition of mixology? I
Is that a
wanna know.
bartending term?
Someone that it is.
Yeah.
Someone that creates libations, maybe. I
Yeah,
don't know.
what would you say inspired you to bartend? Just dad? Just
Mixology is the art or skill of preparing mixed drinks, particularly cocktails, encompassing the creation of both classic and innovative drinks.
Okay.
You're a mixer.
there we go.
I'm a mixer.
So did you get that opportunity to pass out drinks and stuff like that before you got into business with your dad
Oh,
and
yeah.
opened the bar, right? So
Yes,
that
ma'am.
came first.
Correct. So I was always a
Okay.
bartender first, and then even when I got back to Kansas City, I worked for the Royals for 15 seasons, and I was a bartender in the Diamond Club. So,
Oh, okay.
Yep.
like I said, I'd go from work straight to work. But the second work, I'm a huge Royals fan, so I got to go to every game, and then, the people were great, the atmosphere was great. So and it never I could be there till 1 a.m. on an extra inning game, and the next day kind of stunk getting up for work. But
Yeah.
I was never unhappy or mad about.
So you worked in
being
the
there.
Diamond Club, right? Sam, what was your
Rufus Black?
no. Who graduated with you? Who calls me Rio? Oh, come on. He would get us when we would get to the games. He would hook us up.
Right. I don't remember his name right now.
Is it Carlos?
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
No.
I know. It's sad to say. I haven't.
Am I gonna know this person?
You might, because he worked the door for, I think, the Diamond Club.
Big Vaughn.
Yes.
Vaughn Taylor.
That's
Big
it.
Vaughn?
That's it.
Yes.
That's my dog.
Yes.
It
I
used to
wanna
be.
get-
I don't know what happened to him. But,
Well, we need to find him because I want to get Vaughn here.
I'm Facebook friends with him.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
You
was.
guys number? Let's give him a call.
I don't have his number.
Okay.
Um,
No, Vaughn Taylor. He graduated with Sandy. They knew each other in high school, and then that's how I met him. But then I also knew of him because his basketball skills. He was a pretty badass dude. And when our high school, J.C. Harmon, would play Wyandotte High School, it was always a bit of a rivalry thing. And he knew all the guys from the Harmon basketball team, so we all know each other. It's just wild. So when we would go up to the game, he saw us one time and he gave us, he said, "Hey, I'll get you guys some better seats than from where you're at,
Vaughn
And he
hooking you up.
hooked us up, yeah. And so
Open
every time
Small
we
world.
every
Opening
time
that door.
every
Yeah.
time we went to a game, well, where's Vaughn? Where's Vaughn? Ah, there's Vaughn right there. So he hooked us up. I wonder if he's still working there or not.
He's not, and that's
No.
probably why.
So I know, right?
just kidding.
So then how long has it been since you worked at the for the Royals?
2 seasons.
Oh, so just recent. Okay.
Yeah. So I was.
Well, you can't do everything, huh?
well, I'd
Or
like
you
to
were
think
trying.
Well.
So Mike was there during the World Series days.
Nice.
14, 15.
Oh yeah.
Got to go to a few of them.
I went to every.
I got
home,
cameras on you, Mike. I know.
I got
I
to
know
go to
this.
every home game, and then we flew out to San Francisco for
Yeah.
the.
That's you guys shouldn't have done that.
No, you're right. We shouldn't have. It was a lot of money and 2 losses.
I know.
We didn't go to the. We won the Friday game,
Right.
and
That's when you guys said, "Let's go."
I was down at the 403, and I got a call from my buddy who owns Minsky's in in Lee Summit, who I graduated high school with and played baseball with, and he was like, "We got to go.
Okay.
We got to go." And we ended up taking a red eye, and we got out there for the Saturday game. We got smoked, and I will never forget that Gore, that speedy guy that wore number 0,
Yeah.
was they were pinch running him, and Gerard Dyson was up to bat, and we had like first base probably halfway up on the lower level, and this whole row was like, "Oh, double play," and I'm like, "There is no way you're gonna double." I mean, Frank Gore and Gerard Dyson,
yeah.
and Dyson smoked one to like second base, double play.
Dang.
So I ended up buying. They were coming at me like hard. And so there was a beer vendor, and I was just like, the whole row, get them a beer.
Oh my gosh.
So they ended up enjoying our company after that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, that's a cool little story, though.
Yeah.
Something
There
to-
was a lot of things like that working for the Royals.
That's cool. George Brett, one of your favorite ball players. You ever met George Brett?
I have a couple times in the Diamond Club.
Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah.
He wouldn't know who I am from Adam, probably, but the man likes his beer. He can smash him.
Right? Coors Lights, right?
Yeah. But
He looks like a Coors Light guy.
yeah, he was one of my favorite players growing up. I was a huge Darryl Strawberry guy, though. Ricky Henderson. When I was little, my dad had season tickets being in sales, or his company did.
Yeah.
And we'd get to go to games, but I'd wear like a Oakland A's hat for Ricky Henderson or New York Mets hat, and he'd be like, "You can't do that. You're gonna get me in trouble." but no, I always loved. I could watch any baseball game on TV to this day.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, so are you guys showing the Royals games that you're at Davenport?
We are, yes.
Okay.
So anyone that doesn't have FanDuel, come on down. We got sound and TV, 85 inches.
We have to do that. Yeah, we don't have that. I don't have that channel or whatever you have to subscribe nowadays. It sucks, man.
Yeah,
But not for you guys, because you guys get people in there that want to come watch games and whatnot.
Once they know about it, you have to shout it out.
Yeah.
Head down to the Davenport. What, I got to be
There
a
we go.
sponsor? I got to be a sponsor now?
Yeah. Okay. You want sponsors? Then let's do it. We could do it. That'd be easy. Yep. How you doing? You good?
I'm perfect, yeah.
All right. Yeah, being a bartender, what kind of stories do you get from people? I mean, people come in and
I mean, all kinds, probably a lot of lies. No. But, yeah, I mean, it's all about what's going on in their life. I mean,
yeah. So I said therapy. You become a therapist.
kind of a therapist. You got to be a mom or dad figure sometimes if somebody's getting a little out of control, and
Yeah.
offer to take their keys or give them a ride home or call them an Uber.
Really,
But,
you get the same clientele now. Being there about a year now, you see the same.
quite a few of the same people.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just
Oh no, that's what we
nice
want.
little spot. Yeah, nice little
we
spot
want
there.
people to feel comfortable enough to come back. I mean, we, like I said, everyone's welcome, as long as you're cool.
Yeah.
Like that's all I care about. I don't care your history, your race, your creed,
Yeah,
what side of the fence you're on.
That day, that day that I walked in there to visit you, and a Hispanic guy bought me beer. I think he's Hispanic. I don't know who he was.
Danny Silva.
Danny Silva.
I think
Okay.
his last name's Silva. Sorry, Danny, if it's not. But
Yeah,
he
yeah,
used
that
to
was
be part,
cool.
He used to be part of the chamber. He's
Okay.
He's a big neighborhood guy and supporter, and
Mm-hmm.
the KCK chamber has been great. Him and Renee are kind of the top echelon of that, and really have done great things. Brought people in, have had events there. He's just
That's
a big. He goes to every location in
Okay.
Strawberry Hill, which is what everyone should do. More people need to get down there because it's you got 10, 11 bars within walking distance or close to walking distance. Each one's a little different. It's a very eclectic mix, but like I said, everyone's usually there to have a good time and just chill.
Yeah.
So
And definitely we'll be hitting that spot, man. What's your favorite poison, as I call it? What's your
Ooh.
favorite drink?
well, I'm a big bourbon guy. My wife doesn't like me to drink it.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I do like bourbon. I like, my wife has me on these seltzers.
Okay, so you.
We drink a lot of the seltzers.
Mhm.
But really, I learned from my dad. I can drink about anything.
Okay.
I'm not a Scotch person, but I do like bourbon. Holiday Boys are some of my good friends. I kind of grew up with most of them at the Royals, so they've taken really good care of us and
That's cool.
kind of brought people in and done some different things. And their bourbon is just delicious. So we actually have a old fashioned that they make on tap, and it'll sneak up on you.
Yeah.
So you gotta definitely know your limits there.
I know. I have yet to taste an old fashioned where I'm like, man, that was damn good.
Well,
Maybe
you know what? I will buy you an old fashioned. You come in, I'll buy you one.
You buy me, but you'll make it too, right?
I'll do two things. I'll make you one, and then you can taste the holiday one out of the tap.
Oh.
And I think you're gonna enjoy probably the holiday one better than mine. So he makes his Tuber, my good friend that works at Holiday.
Yeah.
So shout out to Tubes. He turns 40 on Saturday. So
Nice.
happy birthday, big dog. But yeah, he owned brown sugar simple syrup, orange bitters, Angostura bitters, and 6-year age bourbon. So good. So good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I kind of want to go there now.
Gonna have to try that. Yeah. What is when asked for recommendations? What drinks do you like give, or what?
Well, I'd probably come back at you. What do you like? Do you like something sweet? Do you like something, Are you a bourbon person? Are you a vodka person? Like, what base do you want?
Okay.
What's your base?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, well.
I mean, I got plenty over there.
You look like you drink the dark.
That Buffalo Trace is good stuff.
Yeah, that's very popular. It's
Yeah,
kind of like Kim Crawford wine.
You know that in the Elijah Craig is another one that I like.
Yeah. I do like that.
Yeah, but it's there's some good stuff over there. I've learned to taste different types. The J.R. Rieger that's.
Rieger's very popular. It's very good too.
I have not been in their facility at their.
I haven't either, unfortunately, but I hear it's great.
Yeah, I think it's right next to what I say earlier. I'm drawing a blank. Where the boys performed. Oh, never mind. No, I'm
no
lost.
idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. I don't either. So have you made good friends, Martin?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite a few good friends.
Not necessarily the ones that work with you, but the ones that just attend.
No, for sure.
To get there.
Pete and Renee that I never.
Renee, who's Renee?
Renee, she's part of the KCK chamber as
Oh,
well.
okay.
But her husband, boyfriend, partner,
okay.
Pete, he and I are really good friends. A gentleman named John Rodriguez that I talk to a lot that comes into the bar. He's become a great friend of mine. I mean, there's so many. I could list so many.
Yeah. Knuckleheads. Knuckleheads is what I was thinking.
Oh.
Is it
It's
down
right,
by that?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's right next to it.
I don't know. Mike would know because he goes down there quite a bit for events.
Yep. So have you heard any funny quotes, or do you know any funny quotes that you share? Do you share any with
Clients that come in?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty well known for saying treat yourself. But I've never watched an episode of Parks and Rec?
Yeah, I don't.
But I guess somebody says that in there. When I was at the Royals, I used treat yourself, enjoy yourself. But now we say be a friend, tell a friend, bring a friend. So,
all right.
That's all.
Yeah.
How often are you there at the bar?
I work every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
For sure, and then on special events. So
Okay.
Saturdays during the day, I gotta have my evenings. I work all week, and then I'm there on Saturday. Mama needs a date night.
Yeah. Were you hanging out there at the bar quite a bit before you joined us at Universal?
Oh, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they gave you a break from there, huh? That's all right. Gave you a break from the bar, and then now you're back on sales.
Oh, yes.
Back to a 9 to 5 job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which your wife is probably happy with that. I mean, you were working you said Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So you were working 4 days out of the week?
Well, during football season, we were open Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we were only closed on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay. So then you were there more.
Yeah, I was there pretty much every day, we had other bartenders, so I'd get some time off. But yeah, this has been a huge break. So
Yeah.
it's nice.
So depending on the season, your number of days open changes. So football season, you're open.
Well, you got to be open
6
for
days.
Monday night football, Thursday night football.
Okay.
Shift.
But when it's not football season, then you guys go down to just.
For now.
For now. Oh, okay.
We just weren't seeing the benefit of being open on Monday and Wednesday right now.
Okay.
And then Chef Jimmy, wants some time off too. So
Yeah.
I think food really helps bring some audience down and people down. So without food and if we're not doing a special event or a special sporting event, we just weren't seeing the benefit of being open on those days right now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's
Couldn't
always
happen
gonna
in the
be-
future.
Right, correct.
Yeah. So you said Chef Jimmy brings brings out the pizza and the wings.
Pizza and the wings.
Yeah. What kind of wings? Do you know?
Well, you're going to put me on the spot. He has
Buffalo
3.
wings.
He does buffalo, honey barbecue, I believe, or some type of barbecue.
Okay.
He does like an Asian zing type thing. He's probably calling them something completely
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
so
but
sorry.
I get what you're trying to say.
Sorry, Jimmy. But yeah,
and,
they're
and then the
they're great.
pizzas, just your standard.
Pizza, he got a meaty Mike on the menu.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing a chicken bacon ranch. He's tinkering with a little jalapeno cream cheese.
Okay.
Any of his pizzas,
Yeah.
good. He does pepperoni and banana pepper, pepperoni and jalapeno.
The different sizes, or is it just one
has-
size?
he
Or
has
they're
a-
personal?
He has a medium and a large.
Okay.
He's also available on DoorDash,
Oh, really?
things like that. So
Cool.
they're the rectangle style pizzas, kind of deep dish, cut in squares.
Ooh,
So good, so good.
yeah. It's hard to find a Chicago deep dish pizza around here.
No, this isn't Chicago. This is Detroit.
I
Detroit.
know. It's Detroit, but it's just
So is Detroit deep dish as well? Then is that what it is?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I wouldn't. It's a thicker crust. I don't know
Okay.
if it's considered a deep dish.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
It's deeper. It's not Minsky's. It's not like a thin round pizza. It's a
Nah.
nice square cut.
Okay.
all right. You know what, Mike? Let's get into. So these are the top 10 alcoholic drinks and beers.
Okay.
Let's see if you agree or disagree with them. So here's the top 10 most popular alcoholic drinks:
Perfect.
cocktails, spirits.
Sure.
You got your margaritas.
Super popular.
Yeah.
Everyone. I love a margarita. Who doesn't
Yeah.
like a margarita? But yeah, and that's something anyone's gonna know. Like if you're not a big drinker, you're just like margarita. So,
Margarita. That's
especially in the summer.
that's like the go-to drink if somebody really doesn't know what to get. I'll just get a margarita. What kind of tequila do you guys use?
Well, we have all kinds of tequilas. So
Okay.
anything from House, which is Pueblo Viejo.
Okay.
We have the Rocks Tequila Terramano.
Termano. Yeah.
We have Espolon. We have Una Familia, which is a local brand. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what else La Gurzona.
Okay, yeah.
6, 7, 8 different tequilas.
You know, there's a tequila that I really like. It's called Cien Años,
We do not
100
have that.
years.
Okay.
It's a good, yeah. That's a really smooth. It's about as smooth as 1800. 1800 is really
I would probably save that for the on the rocks or a shot though.
okay. Yeah.
I mean, you can use anything in a margarita.
In a margarita. Yeah. Okay. A martini.
Ooh, not a lot of people like martinis.
Really?
I'm surprised that would be on the list.
Yeah. The old fashioned that you said.
Oh, muy bien.
Okay.
My favorite.
You know what? One of the drinks I really like is the Moscow Mule.
Oh yeah. In the summer, little
Those
ginger
are
beer.
so good. I tried to make my own. Oh, I destroyed it. Ugh.
Somebody
just-
told me there's ginger beer that has alcohol in it.
Already. Really?
Yeah. I don't know if this is true. So we were drinking Irish mules, so Jameson and ginger beer
Woo-hoo-hoo.
at like a 4th of July party neighborhood kind of thing. And
Jameson.
I just remember getting like all of
Hammered.
a sudden I was like, "Ooh, what's going on?" Like I needed to leave. Like I,
Yeah.
And then so the next day it was my buddy Josh and his wife Kirsten.
Uh-huh.
And Kirsten was like, "Yeah, I gave him the alcohol ginger beer," and I was like, "I don't think I don't know what he was throwing in that mug, but I drank several, and Shouldn't have.
Okay.
Luckily, I was walking.
I may be saying this one wrong. Negroni?
Negroni. Yeah. So it's.
Well, I've never heard of
I'd
that.
probably have to look that one up. Joe would probably know right off the top of her head, but I think it's something with grapefruit juice. Can you look that up?
Chris, can you look up a Negroni?
Negroni.
It's a mixed drink. The whiskey sour.
Oh yeah. Very popular. Some people make that super fancy with an egg white.
No.
Yeah. So if you go to some speakeasies or
Really?
anytime you see a bartender in like an apron, you're probably going to get an egg white in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you want to know about it?
What is it?
What- What's in it, or let me see. The other one is the Manhattan.
Oh yeah.
A classic cocktail, an Italian aperitivo, made with equal parts gin, Campari, and sweet vermouth, known for its balanced bittersweet flavor profile and typically served on the rocks with an orange peel garnish.
Yeah, I would have messed that up for you. You would have got something with some grapefruit juice.
And ketchup.
You would have been like,
Yeah. The Cosmopolitan.
yeah, Cosmo's a big, ladies love a Cosmo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Cosmo. Of course, you got your Bloody Mary.
Bloody Marys are kind of like frozen drinks. If somebody sees one, everyone wants one. So like if you order a Bloody Mary, then she's going to be like, ooh, that looks good.
Yeah,
I'll take a Bloody
looks
Mary.
good.
But that's so
That's my plain
worst
drink.
thing to do to a bartender. Bartenders get in the weeds, has a line, getting smashed with drink requests, and then you order a
Bloody
Mary.
Mary.
Yeah.
That just throws it all off, or what?
Yeah, because it takes some time, and you're adding, 4, 5, 6 ingredients.
Yeah,
And then,
really? That it comes with that much stuff? I just thought it was
Well, I
just
mean,
tomato mix with.
well, unless you're making like a airplane Bloody Mary,
Yeah, that's the
which
one.
is Tito's and
Tito's
and
and,
tomato
or
juice.
V8 or Clamato or something like that.
Okay, then I can get you out the door quick.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, that's my Bloody Mary there. And then you got your gin and tonic.
Oh, yeah. Good.
So that's
most
good
of these
10.
Are,
That's
most of these are summer drinks, but
yeah.
except for the old
What's
fashioned.
what's a winter drink?
Old fashioned.
That's it.
We-
Moscow Mule, or is it Moscow? Oh no, you said Moscow
said
Mule is
summer.
summer,
Well, yeah, because it's kind of cold and on ice,
and it has
in
to
a
be in that.
copper
It has
cup.
to be in that copper cup.
Yeah. So, I mean, people drink what they like all year long, but
Yeah.
winter drinks are more. Joe makes a Joe's Cup of Joe, which is like a
Joe's Cup of Joe.
Irish cream, vanilla vodka, cold brew, and like some almond or oat milk.
Dang.
And people
See,
enjoy-
Joe, you missed out. Try to get you in
She
here.
did. I'm still shouting her out though.
That's all good.
So I'm not a big drinker, so I don't know what's what. What's a better drink, or what's more popular, beer or these mixed drinks in your bar?
Beer is probably the top seller in right now.
Is
but
it?
So
but it varies. I mean, it's
Okay.
and that's what's another hard thing about a bar. Like you might have
You think you
little
know.
little inventory and something, and a group comes in and all they want is gin and tonics. And you're like, well, we just ran out of gin, maybe. But hopefully that's never the case. And then you order a case of gin, and you don't see anyone drinking
everybody
gin
wants
and
Yeah.
tonics.
everybody
Okay.
wants Bud Lights.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to say. It just depends on the group, what they drink,
Yeah.
what they like. So
Okay.
All right, now here's your top 10 beers. We'll start with the Heineken.
ooh, gosh,
I know, right? That's what I
that
said.
tastes like stinky feet to me.
It,
No offense, Heineken, but
yeah.
actually, offense, Heineken. I do not like. So I took a train ride from Kansas City to St. Louis a long time ago,
okay.
and all they took was cash. Like that, and I had maybe $5-6 cash dollars on me. So all I could afford is
Right.
is a Heineken, and I could not drink it. Like it was the most pungent. But I was like, no, like
Yeah.
I just wasted my
Yeah.
only
Just wait.
and I guess I'm gonna drink water out of the bathroom. But
Man.
no,
Then you got Budweiser.
really, the diesel. I wouldn't imagine those are 1 and 2. Are these in
No,
order?
that's 10.
I
Oh.
wouldn't.
Right?
I wouldn't say they're. Well, I mean, I wrote them down as this is the order they had them in, but I don't know if they're.
But are you
Man.
starting at the bottom of the list?
No, I'm just starting where I wrote. I mean, I wrote from top to bottom like anybody would.
Where'd you get this list?
That I cannot say or I cannot verify where I got this list.
I think,
You Corona Extra.
oh yeah, that's popular.
See, I'm more of a Corona Premier guy now.
Okay.
Those are really good.
My neighbor loves those.
The Premiers are really good. They're not as strong as the Extra Corona Extra,
Right.
or even just the Corona or Corona, but the Corona Light.
I like the Corona Light
Yeah,
in the bottle.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lime, salt.
I've actually added a little bit of pickled jalapeno. So good.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not a big lime.
Oh, okay. Here's a Guinness.
It's super popular at Brits
Is it really?
down the street. You know, around March. But again, I'm not a fan. My taste palette doesn't agree with it. Tastes
I
like,
don't agree with it.
It tastes like chew spit to me.
Oh, damn. When have you had chew spit?
Well, you know, when you're
Oh, when you're
you're
chewing,
chewing.
and you
Yeah,
spit, and you don't spit. Okay.
yeah, and then you get sick.
You
as
know,
a
I've
dog.
never had. No, no. I take this back. Yes, I have. A Stella.
Oh, very popular, especially if like you went into a bar and you're like, I don't know what I want, and blah blah blah. It's always Stella. Somebody always goes with Stella.
For a female?
Yeah, most of the time. I don't. Stella.
Is that a beer?
It is
Yeah.
a beer, yes.
Modelo Especial.
Oh yeah. Super
Gotta have your
popular.
Modelos, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Modelo. I'm not a big fan of it in a bottle though, just because the foil
Oh, yeah.
gets all over. Sorry, Ross,
That's funny. Never thought of it like that.
but I did
We usually take the foil off.
all the way.
Have you ever eaten tamales?
A what?
Tamales.
A
Tamale.
Yeah.
Also-
Sorry, Mike.
Sorry,
Tamale.
Gringo. Yeah. We went down to.
You don't eat the corn husk, right?
No.
Okay, so it's the same thing with the Modelo. You don't eat the
Okay.
foil. See where I'm getting with that?
Wow.
You take the foil off. You don't just leave it on the bottom.
All right, OG.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Coors Light, of course. That's the George Brett.
I love a bullet. Yeah.
Oh, the bullets.
Yeah. Silver bullet.
Yeah. Oh, how about
Mountains of blue.
the bee? What do they call those? The bumblebees or the yellow jackets?
Yellow Jackets. Coors Original.
Yeah.
The banquet beer.
You know, I bought those. I was on this little kick because watching Yellowstone,
Okay.
and that's all they would drink,
Yeah.
and I'm like, man, those look refreshing. So I'd buy.
Give me a Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, give me the yellow jacket.
We have a ton of those at the bar right now. So
Do you?
if you want some, come on down. We'll put them on special for you.
All right, let's do it. The Coors Light, the Miller Light.
That was my dad's drink of choice. I'm not a big fan of it anymore because I used to steal his when I was like 14, 15.
Okay,
Yeah. So I
Miller Light.
can't- Now when they back in his day it was the white can, but it had, you remember the pull top where you could like cut yourself with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went away and it went to like the blue and gold can, and I was through with Miller Lite just because, like I said, I drank a lot of my dad's without him knowing, or he probably didn't know. But when they came back to that white can, there was something nostalgic about it.
Really?
And I was like, oh man, that reminds me of my dad. And
Yeah.
I like ran out and bought like 3 cases of it. And I'm like, oh, I still hate this stuff. But no.
Yeah, I'm not too much of a fan of the Miller Lite. The Bud Lights, I can knock out Bud Lights. Like,
Really? Now, people are weird about Bud Light. Like, I have some friends that I'll take a Bud Light. We don't have Bud Light. And they'll leave. Like, that's all they will drink. And that's dedication. Like, I wish, I mean, that's dedication. I'll leave it at that.
they end up going down to Fat Mats.
Well, we have Bud Light.
Oh,
So come to the Davenport if you're that person. But
okay.
but no, I've been with buddies that all they drink's Bud Light.
Oh,
and
I
if
see what
we
you're
go to a place,
and if they don't have it there, then you just peace out.
Yeah.
they peace out. I'm like, see ya. We'll catch up.
You say, I'm staying here. I'm drinking me a Heineken.
Oh no,
Bud Light, and then you got this is I never heard of snow beer.
snow beer.
Yeah,
I'm unfamiliar.
yeah. I'm gonna have to look that up. Snow beer. That was like, I don't know.
Maybe that site that you looked at was.
I don't know. But
legit.
that's the only one that I didn't recognize. You like is it Yingling or
Yingling.
Yingling?
I do like a Yingling.
I was introduced to the Yingling in El Paso, Texas. This was before they come up the
Sure.
beers, right? This was a Texas beer, I think,
No, it's a
or
East
down
Coast.
East Coast beer.
I
Okay,
think it's the oldest brewery in
okay,
America.
man, and it made it all the way down to El Paso, Texas, as furthest you can get
You used to not be able
before
to
you get
get
to New
it
Mexico.
west of the Mississippi.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah,
So, but yeah, I
Yingling,
like
and they're really good.
on tap especially.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have them there on tap, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
That's
all
why
right,
I
all right. I'm gonna have
shouted
to
it
make me a list. I hear you.
Come on, Yingling,
Yingling.
give me some merch.
Yeah, but all right. Yep, Mike. All right. Before we leave,
Yep.
or before you leave, sorry. Our
Okay.
last segment here. Let's get into when was the last time.
No, okay.
Okay, so I just got these little questions and see if they ring a bell for you. Okay, when was the last time you woke up hungover? Since we talking about beers here.
Ooh, Sunday.
Okay, not too long ago.
Sunday. How about you?
Oh man, you know what? That's a good question. It's been a while. It's really been a while.
Yeah.
Kind of, I've limited myself just to drink till I'm like, okay, I think I'm good. And
So we,
But yeah.
our youngest daughter turned 15 on Saturday, and our oldest daughter turned 22 on Monday.
oh, just for
So we took everyone out to the Royals game on
fun.
Saturday, but it was so
It was cold.
I worked for a while, and then at the bar, and then we went out to the game, and we had a good time.
cool.
But yeah, Sunday was time to sleep in.
Yeah, okay.
Then get some
That's
brunch.
yeah. That's,
So I wouldn't say hungover. I'm
okay. That's the Sundays before,
not
but
hungover to
not
like
hungover, but you woke up kind of like, I
as you
need a
get
glass of
older.
water. Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's tougher to recover.
very very tough. Last time you had pizza,
Ooh,
even though you work at even though you have
I
a
was-
spot
I-
that sells
I was
pizza.
gonna say Saturday again because I think I had. I take that back. Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday. My wife wanted me to try. I guess Quick Trip makes like a hot chicken pizza now, and we were heading. So my oldest daughter had her birthday party way out in Higginsville at a winery. I forget the name of it. Arcadian Winery.
Okay.
Beautiful property, but I'd never been. On the way, we stopped at Oak Grove to get gas at Quick Trip, and she's like, "You got to try this pizza." So
Nice.
Sunday, it was just a few bites, but that was pizza.
Okay. Went for a walk.
Like a actual walk, or just
Yeah, just
man.
step out of the house and go for about 10 minutes and get lost and
Wow,
run home.
that's probably been a bit
Yeah.
because my wife and I like to row, so I was on the rower in the morning, so I don't.
Oh, okay.
We used to go for walks last summer, but she works out every day, and I try to work out like 3 or 4 times in the morning on the rower. But
Okay.
so it's been a minute.
Okay, here's your
Think so.
challenge. Strawberry Hills. Taking a walk over there, huh? They have those. They have some pretty
So-
steep hills, don't they?
They do have some steep hills. We did a bike ride last summer from our bar. We were trying to get like a bike group going.
Oh,
And we took it from our bar up down through the river market underneath that bridge, and we went to a couple breweries over there. So I mean, we were riding to have some beers. But yeah, the hill by the old, I think it's now a KU Med,
yes.
you could call that cardiac hill. Because I think all of us got off our bikes and we're like walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the last time I went on a walk. But that was more of a struggle, not a walk.
Yeah.
But yes, those are very
Yes,
steep, very
yeah.
steep.
All right. Next one. When was the last time you sang out loud?
Oh man, I do that every day.
Yeah.
All right.
Ask Greg Faddis.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
When we traveled together, he had the music on. He's like, "Man, you're a singer." Like, I'm not good, but
Right. Do you do karaoke?
oh man, no.
Why?
I don't know. I used to do it was at our old bar, Skippers. We
You need
did we did karaoke on the weekends,
You know
but
what? Maybe you need to bring that back to Davenport.
maybe
I like doing some karaoke here and there.
I always did family tradition for my dad.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah. But yeah, I
might bring in some new customers.
there's always a song in my head. Like I sing in the shower, I sing, And my wife's like, where'd that come from? I don't know.
Danced.
My wife and I dance in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we have
That's cool.
an Alexa in there, and so we occasionally will not like get down and
No,
dance,
but
but like dance. Yeah.
Not like Dad, where your kids are like.
Oh, they'll do that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, once they do it, I'll throw a big smooch on her.
Yeah.
Lost your phone.
Oh, but I can't remember the last time I lost my phone. Where's my phone? No, it's over.
Yeah. I mean, I've done that at work. I've done that where I'll unplug it. I'm getting ready to leave. I'll set it down. I'll start doing something else, and then it's lost. Sometimes I have to ask my buddy Todd, "Hey, can you call my phone real quick?"
Where do you
And then
use
it's
that?
like right there on my desk.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
it's just sitting there.
I did leave my personal phone at work one day. Like I started to drive away, and then my watch is connected to my personal phone,
Oh, and then
so it went, "Brr," and I was like,
shit.
God bless, I left this thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, lost.
Um,
I don't know.
missed the day at the office.
Missed a day.
Yeah.
I missed Monday. Garage door broke. So spring broke.
So you were locked in the house.
Well,
The
I could
car
have went out
was.
the door, but my car couldn't get out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I told Mike, I said, I could have picked you up. I was at the airport that morning because he lives out by the airport.
Yeah.
yeah, real close to the airport. I wish I would have known that, but maybe I'm glad I didn't know that. No, I even tried to unlatch the garage, like the automatic
Yeah.
garage door opener. I thought it would just pop right up. No.
And I thought that's what it was for. If something happens, you could just unlock
Well,
it.
if you don't have that spring, you're gonna give yourself a hernia.
That's crazy, man.
You're gonna need something.
Should have called us. We would have made a trip out there and picked you up. And
Well, now I know, and now I know everyone knows a garage door person too. Scott was. Speaking of which,
Scott knows somebody.
old Scotty boy wanted me to shoot him out. So
Oh yeah.
hello,
Shout
Scott.
out,
Hello,
Scott.
Scott Vinner. How are you today, sir?
There you go. Last time you had a good laugh.
Every day.
Yeah.
I probably the best laugh was last Thursday or Friday in the office, and it was Greg, myself, and Scott talking about those Nissan Rogues. Have you ever tried to put one in neutral?
Not with the way the gear
The
shift is
little
made now.
Goofy thing.
All right. Sounds like one of you guys messed this one.
We all messed it up. Like we were trying to go through a car wash. Like anyway.
Now it comes out.
Yeah,
Now it comes out.
No, I didn't wreck the car. I don't know who wrecked the car. What happened to the car? But
That's why I'm blaming Scott then.
we have all
Put it in neutral.
couldn't put it in neutral. Like the car wash dudes, like roll it down. Like these things are goofy and they'll shift it real quick. But yeah, we have all felt idiotic, and we had a hilarious laugh.
That's
all three of us together.
That's funny.
So, but yeah, I bet I laugh every day. Out
That's
loud.
good. That's good. Went to the movies.
Ooh, we go to the movies quite a bit with the kids. What was the last movie we saw?
Lion King.
No, it was we took our youngest son though. It was some type of Marvel thing or something we try to go to, but I'd say within 3 months
Okay.
probably.
A Royals game.
I can
Saturday.
answer that. Yeah.
Yeah. Saturday,
Saturday. Yep.
and that game's getting ready to start, isn't it?
Yeah. When was the
Oh, it
last
did
time?
start.
When was the last time you shared some good memories?
Today. Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Nice.
You had me on the spot there early, and I was like, oh,
Received a ticket or citation.
oh,
It's been a while. That's good.
long time.
That's good. Yep.
Road trip.
Getting ready to go on one tomorrow, but
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, I was out but that was for work.
Minnesota.
I did end up in Minnesota. Yes.
Oh, so that one was for work,
Right.
but tomorrow is not work?
Tomorrow is work.
Oh, it is work also.
So most
okay.
of my road trips are work.
Oh, okay.
If we're going somewhere, it's usually a fly trip.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right. Smoked a cigar?
oh man, years.
Yeah. I know a great cigar lounge.
Oh, I do too, and I'm in there a lot.
Okay.
Like I love hanging out there. Like,
Yeah, but you won't smoke a cigar there?
they don't really agree with me. Like I'll get
Why? You're not supposed to inhale it, Mike.
well, that's probably the problem. Like I've never really learned that trick.
technique,
so
yeah.
I mean, I think I'm kind of puffing it, but then you know,
Yeah. No, it can happen. Yeah.
I'm an
That's how
old-
I learned. Yeah.
I'm an old in high school marijuana cigarette.
There we go.
I
Heck yeah.
kind of fall back to that route,
Yeah.
and it
Right.
makes me dizzy.
All right. Last question of the evening for you, sir. When was the last time you ate a cricket?
It's not going to be today.
Damn it.
So,
Damn it.
but probably survival training in the Air Force.
Okay.
So I was a very young man. We had to eat bugs for
Did you?
for a few days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
but no. Do you have crickets?
I do.
Chocolate covered ones.
Oh, you
No,
got-
they're not chocolate covered.
no. Are you going to eat one?
No, if you eat one.
No, I'll watch you first. Oh hell no. No, thank you.
Mike, I
are
mean,
much
they
bigger
got
than
their.
the
Oh
other.
shit, this one's moving.
Well, yeah, because you're moving the package.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Nope.
How about some whole roasted crickets?
No, Joe Rogan.
All right, all right.
I'm not doing
We
that.
were in our show that way. Dang it.
When's
Trying
the
to
last
get
time you got somebody to do that on the end of your show?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
just
I'm good
you
keeping
just-
that string
You
alive.
can sprinkle these on your salad, and do you eat salads?
I do.
Okay.
I had one at Chick-fil-A today.
Did you? You can. I mean, they don't look too bad. Look, they're kind of like.
Let me see it.
What?
Oh. Do you do this?
No.
Oh.
No,
No,
so there's
no,
a-
no.
Do you do this?
No.
No way. Thank you, sir.
All right, man, you're good.
A lot of protein in that, though, I bet.
A lot. You know, I have nothing to watch it at.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Anyway, Mike Howard, thank you for joining us, man.
I mean, I
Appreciate
had
you
a great
coming
time.
in.
Thanks for having me. Thank you so
Appreciate you
much.
coming in. Definitely, we'll be hitting Davenport here.
Yeah, I'm
Please
definitely
do.
interested.
I hope everyone comes down to the Davenport.
Yeah, everyone, hit up Davenport, Strawberry Hill. What's the address?
401 North 6th Street.
401 North 6th Street, right next to the Cigar Lounge, down street from Fat
Fat
Mats.
Mats.
Yeah, right
Directly
next
up the street.
right
from,
next to
Hillsiders.
right next to
Quinn
Quinn Concrete Construction.
Joe Quinn, yes.
Yeah.
Good dude. Has offered to dig our cars out in big snows.
Oh yeah.
He's got that big truck.
Move
with the
that.
big-
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. Well, thank you, sir. Again.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Big Modcast. This is episode 140, and we will see you at 141. Peace. Thank you.